Tú verás qué salsa le voy a dar esa loca, tú verás. So,
When you know I'm solid, wonder how you feel, like is it on your
¿cómo así?
conscience? So deep, the pain ain't stopped. Pain ain't. Lamar Jackson got a posse.
Exacto.
We're cause you used to play like Kaepernick. We got the past that.
No, yo no quiero ningún moreno. Si es moreno no peleo, ¿oíste? Para que esté claro.
Who know peace treaties is forever up.
Si el jugador es negro no me invite, que no voy a jugar.
Forever's up. Have a when Shorty said don't leave how you ever seen your homies
Tú verás qué salsa.
look like
Qué
Ruby
salsa
Rose.
de carne le voy a dar Randy ahora.
Like Billy used the rose. No, you ain't love me. But tell him how though. Cause I noticed the
Más hablador, oye, ese no invita a nadie. Si tú no le invitas, ese no son a ningún lado. Ese no se atreve a invitar a nadie.
like Derek Fish. Hurt man, I had to cut off my sisters. Almost on the fan, he blitzed me for a picture. I'm paranoid, so
Co-
proceed with caution.
Como la otra vez me dio un par de tapones a Shaquille. A ver lo que le voy a hacer ahora.
We all lost. Ain't no more.
Mira, me lo dejó en la banca. Ay.
Fair ones, now we all hopping. This shit got a kick, but it's not boxing.
No, yo lo voy a dejar tranquilo.
100 on my
Me metió a Julio Elvin en la banca ese abusador. No, pues yo tengo el psicópata en la banca, ya tú sabes. Para defenderlo no, pero para meter el huevo a nivel de puntos a Anfield ni Simon, muchacho. Ellos juegan y juegan. Y ellos, hay unos tigres mira, por ejemplo, aquí hay unos tigres que sacan a LeBron de la banca, que sacan a Luca, que sacan a Gary Payton Jr., sacan a los tigres de la banca. Entonces, yo le tengo unos psicópatas en la banca. Yo no tengo a nadie de que especial en la banca. Yo tengo a Anfield ni Simon, pero después, loco, todos los jugadores que yo tengo en la banca son churel todito feo. No, muchacho. Y se lo tengo ahí. ¿Qué más? ¿Eh? Él tiene a Cunningham. Ah, pero lo tiene ahora Cunningham, porque él no tenía a Cunningham. No.
Mira, un regalito.
¿Cómo así?
Miren
¿De
ahí,
qué?
el regalito ese.
Ah, no, muchas gracias.
Hasta con molde.
Gracias, qué linda. Ahí más regalo. Le voy a dar la madre. Para que aprenda. Que son los tigres picantes de verdad. Loco, pues ese hombre le habló, oye, le voy a mandar la nota de voz que él mandó los otros días ahora, de una vez tú verás. Bobby Porti Jr. Eso tira, pero él no tira con él, así que. ¿Cuál es ese? ¿Pero cuál es ese? Dale, Terry, Shari Bay, de André, ya, pero es verdad que tú un asqueroso grande. Y para completarle,
Along with Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson. And we've got our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Como la otra vez regalo de él
Today's game should
fue.
be extra juicy. The season series is tied at 1 apiece. I'm really excited to see who steps up in the deciding game.
Okay, well, here's one thing I'm pretty sure of. I don't think either team is worried about the season series. It's
Toma.
about tonight.
Empecé de huevo. Tapón para Porzingis de huevo.
Brooklyn able to
Mira,
keep
video
possession.
pausa.
Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Porzingis. And I think we know exactly what kind of game this is going to be, RJ.
Yeah, you don't expect a lot of offense on the interior. These teams take a high volume of threes, and they make.
Como él me dijo a mí explícitamente en la nota que Shaquille no corre, yo voy a agarrar y tú sabes lo que le voy a hacer, le voy a pamear con Shaquille, le voy a tirar los 21 tiros con Shaquille ahora.
They kick it out to Porzingis.
Eso es, va a tener que meterla toda con Porzingis.
Again, the miss by
Exactamente.
Porzingis. And it's Cleveland's ball. Pass to Jackson. To the inside. Here's O'Neal. That basket is good. Off the assist from Jackson.
The first of many tonight. Both teams have legit offensive
Voy a jugar con
talent.
odio,
And if everything goes to plan, this could be a very fun matchup to watch.
Now here's Cunningham. A dependable player on offense, giving them over.
Eso es lo que tú querías.
And the foul called on Kristaps Porzingis. That's his first foul.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Grant, the Cavs making the playoffs the last 2 years. A big deal in Cleveland.
Well, outside of years with LeBron on the roster, they hadn't made the postseason since 1998. But this group of Cavaliers are making their own history now.
Now here's Barnes. Drills it from deep.
And they can breathe a little easier on their fourth shot. They finally hit the target.
And it's out of bounds to Cleveland. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk with Kenny Atkinson for a minute. I asked him what makes Kristaps Porzingis such a great player. He said, look at him, he's over 7 feet. He's just a huge guy. Kristaps has serious skill on offense, and defensively that size can really be a factor. He's a two-way problem. It'll be interesting to see how they play him tonight.
Thanks for that, Allie.
You see why Porzingis is one of the best shot blockers in the league, all the length.
And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Pass to Cunningham. Now here's Porzingis.
Not his best efficiency this quarter. Look, sometimes that's how.
Pero okay.
Johnson for 3. Brooklyn pulls it in.
Muchacho. Cualquiera que lo oye piensa que el tipo es un gánster de verdad.
Here's Vassell.
Diablo, el Juan, coño.
So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's on Dante DiVincenzo.
I like when Vassell takes initiative on offense because it forces defenders to compromise at times.
And he makes both free throws. Grant, compared to some of the
Le voy a hacer un video de eso, tipo meme ahora, cuando le gane. Con la nota de voz que él tiene, y que ya de que le voy a meter 30 concha. Y le voy a poner la nota de voz en el video, ¿no era?
He just grinds it out by finding his looks.
Now here's Cunningham. Pass to Porzingis. Outside, DiVincenzo. Brooklyn.
Ay.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Vassell's shot is good.
More Vassell scores inside, the more it frees up his mid-range game. That is essential to his success.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
That one is off. Porzingis with it. O'Neal covers. And they double up Porzingis. Pass to Jackson Davis. And yep, it's good.
Porzingis creates so much space when he's out there. It allows him to make passes just like that.
Inside.
Vale.
Porzingis on the double team. Down low. Jackson. And it's out of bounds for the Cavaliers as Cleveland retains possession. There's a minute 47 left to play in the first. And he goes in.
Vamos para que tape, hijo de tu perra madre.
Slams it home and gets some extra camera time chilling on the rim.
Yeah, he did spend a little time up there, didn't he? And it's Cunningham missing. The Cavaliers lead by 4. Here's Vassell with the drive. And that one is stuffed right through.
Look, you want to talk about taking flight right there, Vassell, that's what he did.
And the call will be against
Otro más, bando Charging ya que le he sacado.
foul of the game.
4 puntos en el primer cuarto todavía.
Lazy play early.
Booker with it. You know, his stats have been solid, averaging around 18.5 points a game. And the dunk by Jackson.
A big target with good hands. Jackson doing damage in the pick and roll.
To the paint. Here's Jackson Davis. Pass to Porzingis.
Como tú vas a tener que hacer magia,
Cunningham on the wing. Back to Porzingis. 4 on the clock.
Diablo.
On the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And when Porzingis can be a third option on a team, he is deadly and efficient, RJ.
We've always seen Porzingis as the guy or as a second option. But when he has elite teammates around him, he really flourishes. Some big guys struggle at the line, not him. He's put in the work to defy that assumption.
Here's O'Neal. Porzingis grabs the board.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Out of bounds. It'll be Cleveland ball. Cleveland leading by 6. Here's O'Neal. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Back to Porter. Back to Portis. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead.
9 puntos metió en el primer cuarto, voy calculando. 9:24.
Thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And let's take a moment to get
9:26.
scoring so far.
26.
They're off to a good start.
26, ¿qué dice ahí?
Inside and scoring at close range. Solid fundamentals so far in this one.
Yeah, we got to talk about how pestering they've been on defense, forcing turnovers and finding ways to score off them.
Let's check in with our reporter.
28.
Hey, Brian. Devin Vassell is progressing offensively. He said, I feel like the game has slowed down, just making the right reads. I know I can get to my spots. I just want to show that I'm an efficient scorer and a willing passer. I'm trying to be the best player that I can be.
Yeah, love that work ethic, Allie. Thanks.
Más huevo, que tú no le tigres nada, vi.
A powerful slam from Devin Booker.
And with his skill, you kind of forget that Booker is 6'5" and can get to the rim with ease.
Out to Portis. And
Woo!
Jalen Johnson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Brooklyn making a switch here. Off the inbound.
Métela con DeAndre Jordan de triple. Mete el triple.
Just 5 on the clock. Kicks it out to
Mete
Baker.
el triple con DeAndre Jordan, mételo.
They say it was last touched by Vassell.
Le puso una configuración que el centro ni se sale de ahí,
On the
muchacho.
clock. Goes up off the inbound. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Cavaliers lead by 14. Left side O'Neal. Oh, Jordan with the block. Tipped away. Booker for three. Gets
Toma.
the three to fall.
Ay, vamos a ver qué él va a decir. Vamos a ver. Vamos a ver. Habla mierda de una vez, va.
Booker's got 5
Oye, di que
points.
ya. Dile, escríbele, Derian. Yo estoy viendo el juego, grábalo. No sea mentiroso, escríbele.
Porter looks it over. Well, Grant, you were an excellent defender in your day. So who was the toughest player you had to guard?
Well, there's so many great players, Michael, LeBron. But let's talk about the late, great Kobe Bryant. I mean, he really had no weaknesses.
Claro,
And even
diablo, me
if he
tiene
defended
frisado, loco.
perfectly, there's a good chance he
Realmente,
can still
tiene
make the
frisado.
shot.
On defense, the visiting team. No points yet here in the second quarter for him. Here's O'Neal.
En Juan,
Basket
toma.
drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
Brooklyn trails by 20. On the wing, Irving. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the
Muchacho, es que no sabe por dónde que vendrá. Aquí lo tengo plantado ahí.
And he drops it first.
Vamos a aumentarle un ching a la banca, vamos a meter los titulares atrás. Le voy a jugar flow Derian en este juego, actívate. No, voy a sentar los titulares 2 minutos.
They've got a 12-2 run in progress. And here's Simons outside. It's rebounded by Barrett.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from three.
And that one's good. Irving.
I know what they say.
Sí, no, muchachos, ese es el único problema que yo tengo en la defensa, que yo brinco demasiado. ¡Ey!
Here's Simons. Okay, knockout.
Wow. I mean, he's just so electric. Simons putting on a show. You know, I have to admire a
Vamos,
guy
muchacho,
like Anthony
no hay que
Simons.
brincarle, porque si no le brinco,
He
muchacho.
was seen as undersized, but with his skill and pure athleticism, he balances the scales against bigger players, and he's become a ferocious scorer.
Simons. Let's go with a three. Nails it from beyond the arc. Simons has got 5.
Yeah, such an assertive shooter. Simons has his feet
Mira.
and just hits it.
Diablo, pero yo te digo a ti.
That might have woke him up, and he's turned it on here in the second.
Simons, right side. Pass to Caldwell Pope. And Kevin Porter picks up the foul.
Ahora viene que he fallado.
That's his first foul of the game. Simons outside. Going inside. It's rebounded by
Hablo
Barrett.
yo tú me entiendes, por no hacer una loquera, en verdad.
Here's Jordan.
Eso. Chequéate este triple. ¡Ey!
Over Barrett.
Diablo.
Get it to go.
Defense kind of rolled the dice there, and I'm a little
Dame
surprised
esa
they ended
bola.
up going their way with the
Diablo.
miss.
Left side Irving. Out of bounds. It'll be Cleveland ball.
Exactamente.
.146 left in the first half of this one. Here's Simons. He's got 5. Nice shot by Kennard. Brooklyn trails by 19. Corner gets
Loco,
the-
pero tú vi,
And force feeding the ball inside.
señores.
No reason to go away from what's working.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's on Kevin Porter. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
At the line for your Cavaliers.
He's perfect from the line this time. There's a minute 17 left to play in the half. Here's Barrett. Pass to Jordan. It's Barrett on the wing. Still no points. Driving to the basket. Oh,
Ya tú sabes, ni a Laro le dio.
And it's Simons with the ball for the Cavaliers. Williams with the screen. Simons outside. Kennard with it. 5 to shoot. Over Jordan. Nice shot by Kennard. Kennard's gotten 4 this quarter. Brooklyn trails by 21. Pass to Jordan. Outside Barrett. Outside for Irving. The Cavaliers pull it in. Their next game is at FedEx Forum in Memphis for a matchup with the Grizzlies. And that'll be their only game on the road before heading back home. Now Simons. He got it up. What a play!
¡Diablo!
Drains it at the
¡Qué
buzzer.
maldita jugada!
Nails the 3. Way to close the
No, no, eso hay que clipeárselo a él, loco. Eso hay que clipeárselo. Eso fue una falta de respeto.
His mind that it was gonna fall.
Och,
Just about
tú no
ready for the
viste.
second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Pass to Kennard. Here's the 3. It's another 3 for Cleveland.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Crafty move. And the shot's good by Irving. Irving's got 10 points.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area, huh?
Simons outside. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
And just great commitment to the play. Simons doesn't let the foul stop the cold.
And so Simons nails both of them. And make no mistake, Cade Cunningham is the engine of this team, Grant.
Man, his vision and playmaking are crucial to the offense. Coach trusts him to make the right reads and set up his teammates. He has cut down on mistakes and is rounding into an elite point guard.
Simons with it, picked up by Cunningham. And the call will be against Cade Cunningham. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Yeah, he tried to gain position, but couldn't quite get there.
So both teams making some changes here. About a minute played here in the second half. Here's O'Neal. Porzingis grabs the board.
Diablo. Shaquille así no, Shaquille así no, que se va a salir así no.
So you have to be aware of that defensively. Get a body on him.
And he
Así
jams it
no.
home with authority.
Cutting apart the defense on the drive, Cunningham skilled at getting to the cup.
Here's O'Neal. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Yeah, it's easy to see why they go to him so often, because they know they can depend on him to come through for them.
Pass to Porzingis. And stolen by Jackson. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
We've seen scoring totals increasing, and fans might appreciate it, but NBA VP and head of basketball ops Joe Dumars said, quote, "I think what fans really want to see is incredible competition. The score is secondary to that."
Diablo, que trote, tú tienes que encontrarte a esos zapateros ahí abajo cuando tú vas a penetrar.
No doubt about that. Well said, Allie.
Look, when you've made your first 3 shots of the half, I think it's okay for a heat check.
Here's O'Neal. And Porzingis
Diablo, me la
with the block.
tapó. Buen tapón.
Great play by Porzingis. Love seeing the zinger engaged on D.
Team foul.
Left side, Irving. On the wing, Irving. Back to Porzingis. Hey, Grant, when you look at the
Ay, de una vez que le doy, no es bulto, desde que veo que fin fum, todo el mundo.
Players interacting more directly with their fans and telling their own stories. Also, there's a brotherhood. It's a bit more brotherly, with players on different teams more friendly than in days past. And you know, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Pass to Kennard. From deep.
Diablo.
Pulls it in. Now they've got the
Qué
Bulls
nada,
ahead
Dios
of them
mío.
next in Chicago. That'll wrap up the short two-game road trip. And Irving powers it home.
Somebody help this man. Get this man some help out there. He's doing everything he can to keep his team in the game.
And they're just one foul now away from the penalty.
Third team foul.
Now here's Simons. 10 points for him. Lets it fly. Kennard can't get it to go. And Brooklyn with possession here. Here's Cunningham. On the take. And he slams it in one-handed.
The ferocious finish. Love watching Cunningham.
Hey, muchachito.
See that coming.
That'll be a move to remember.
Cha, cha,
Great creativity in the air.
cha, que cha, que cha.
Pass to Jackson Davis. And he says right back at you. With
Sí,
a big dunk of his
loco,
own.
después de ganar un juego, loco, pero tú sabes que lo que a mí no me molesta, a mí no me molesta ni siquiera, ¿sabes qué me molesta, loco? Que yo le he dado 800 zurras, loco, y él viene y me gana ese juego y ya.
12 points for him. To the middle. 6 on the shot clock. And Caldwell Pope gets it to go.
Love to see him inside passing like this, as well as guys being on the same page.
And he's going to the line.
Pero juego de viva, la
The
talla.
official saw contact while he was going up.
Que cha,
What do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the
cha, que
Cavaliers?
cha, que cha.
They're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
They've also been showing us standout play on the fast break.
Ya tú
Working as a
sabes.
team to create easy opportunities.
Pass to Cunningham.
Cha, que cha, que cha.
Takes it inside. Now Porzingis. Knocked away.
Cha. Mándala por el grupo.
Simons has the open look. Porzingis
Cha.
grabs the board.
Que cha, que cha.
Oh, man, that's tough. That's definitely one he'd like back. Almost too wide open.
And what a read there from
No,
Cunningham.
después dice que Giancarlo que le está jugando si le hago,
With his passes.
For 3, Caldwell Pope. And the Cavaliers another 3.
Their
Cha, que
strategy
cha.
has been
No, yo le voy a hacer un video del diablo ahora, tú verás.
attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more
Check,
nowadays
check,
in the NBA.
check.
Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Ay,
He's gone 3 of 4 from the line.
His second. Fourth team foul.
And he knocks down the first one.
At the line for the away team. Julius Irving. 2.
Good on both. And Cleveland has possession. Simons outside. Fires from deep. Williams. Nice persistence to tip it back in. Williams has got his first 2 points of the night.
Big-time effort on the glass.
And when you have a touch that soft, those tip-ins are easier to make. Back to Irving. Pass to Portis. Wide open
métela
look.
con ese.
And the shot's
Exactamente.
good.
Here in the second half, their offense has been strong. Great ball movement, really working well for
Cha,
Cleveland.
cha.
With 2 hands
Cha.
on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control. Protecting
Cha,
the ball the whole
cha,
way.
cha. Cha de qué, cha.
Cunningham outside. Shoots over Simons.
Cha, cha,
And so it's
cha.
the Cleveland Cavaliers firmly in control with an impressive 28-point lead as the quarter ends. And they've racked up a ton of turnovers. More 2K action in just
Chuck, 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 Chuck.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand.
No, es que no, el hecho no es que tú no puedes perder, que tú no ganas. Y cuando ganas habla mierda, ese es el problema.
And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn.
Chad.
To the inside. Here's Porzingis. Irving looking around. Shot clock at 5. Kicks it out to Barrett. Jackson.
Oye, velador de pase, oye.
Doesn't drop.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
And it's Simons penetrating.
I'll tell you, Simons can really book it. When he's at full speed, good luck catching up.
Irving with it. Caldwell Pope covering. Cunningham outside. And the NBA moving to a 2-day draft. Your thoughts on the change, Grant?
You know, BA, a lot of pro sports are shifting to multi-day drafts.
Hablo, buen
The NBA
tapón.
draft can be long if done.
Se atreve a salirse él. Diablo. Espérate, yo le voy a tirar una foto. Espérate, yo le voy a tirar una foto.
They got their eggs all up in one. Told them be smart, we ain't equally yoked. They can't speak to the. Watch them go weaker than knees are hello. They always wanna catch up on reason, but the peas is the reason that I won't. How you get the least if you've been through the most? It beats me, I suppose. I said they were coming for us, but that ain't make me no difference.
Llegale el video que yo voy a hacer, porque él cree que yo iba de eso así. Él cree que yo iba de eso así.